Test, test, test.
All right, I see Miriam and Alvin and Janina, and in this room, Bob and Mark. So it appears like we're one board member short currently. Miriam, I'm gonna mute and let you kind of take control when you're ready to start.
Okay, we're just waiting for either Judy or Dell.
Did the updated minutes, I had Alvin in his absent last meeting. In the minutes, did that get sent out?
For this meeting?
Yeah,
No, that was not for this meeting.
oh, okay.
They'll be on the July board meeting, whatever
Okay.
date we.
Yeah, that's a good catch, Mary.
Thanks.
I apologize, we can't see the list of people. Have Dell or Judy joined?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. You have an active eye on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I can't see you with the big screen up.
No, I'm looking at it.
Space back here. Is it a specific person? Is it a book cover?
Background phone.
That's who I thought it was. What's the reference with the hat and I don't know what that is. These stories? Like I don't see a
Yeah.
raven anywhere, so like I was throwing my.
They're different stories, you know, you got, one of them's reference to the poem that all the kids choose with the angel, I think that's. You have Raven, Telltale Art. You got the,
Oh, the raven is on there?
yeah.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
You got the, Hidden the Pendulum with the, what do you call it, that medieval execution thing?
The guillotine?
Actually, the story is all about pendulums getting closer to him, it's kind of like slicing it.
Oh, gotcha.
What else? I don't know, the castle. I forget which story that is.
Ooh, there's Judy.
All right, we're good to go. Judy's on.
All right,
Okay.
start us off, Miriam.
All right, we're gonna call into order the special board meeting for Monday, June 30th. We can start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and we'll do roll call. Miriam, present. Mark,
Present.
Christine, absent. Dr. Reyes, absent. Judy,
Present, sorry about that.
Mr. Ham,
Present.
Dell, currently absent. Alvin,
Present.
Mark,
Present.
Miss Miller, absent. Langston and Sophia don't need to attend. Okay, do we have any public comments?
Not here.
Okay. We'll jump into reports and presentations with Janina's review of May financial documents.
So Janina, real quick, I know you went over all these. This was just, we're just gonna make sure everything goes through the pile again. So if there's anything you wanted to go over, or if any board members have any questions, it's just to make yourself available for those.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want me to go through the entire presentation again, or does the board just want to approve what I've already presented? Or if they have any questions? Oh, it looks like Judy has a question.
So just to reconfirm, these are the same documents that were presented in the past meeting.
Correct.
All right, yeah, okay, that's my understanding. Thank you.
No, nothing updated.
Yeah, I don't think, nothing's been updated. But we needed to put it back on here just to make sure it went through and it was passed correctly. So we just, a couple things had been left off, I think, at the last meeting, so we wanted to get them approved. And so when Janine and I talked, it was just, we were just gonna put the full slot back on there just to make sure we didn't miss anything.
So, but Devin, we didn't have everything available to us at the last board meeting, correct?
Document wise, correct, but that was, that's what we printed for you and brought into the meeting, but that's what I wanted to make sure that we, if there were questions, everybody got to go over.
So the items were not printed. Okay, my understanding was that they were. So these
Well,
are the items in the attachment.
Remember, Judy, we had to print some on the fly at the last meeting. That's what we're making sure of, that there was time for everybody to have gotten those, which we passed out. But it should have been done in a different order, so.
Okay.
So is there anything anybody would like to hear from Janina, or are we good on those documents?
I think we're good for the May.
Okay.
May financials, unless, does anybody else have any questions about May?
No. All right, Janina, any last words on your presentation today?
No, so just the May financials, and with that, there was the accompanying documents, and I'll just go ahead and list them out, is what I've already presented to the board at the last meeting. It was the 2 cash flows, so that is for FY 24-25 and for 25-26. You'll also have a check register, a general ledger, a trial balance, and the cash position. So those were all of the items that I did present at the last meeting.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Now, our consent budget item here says the cash position as of today. Is that what we got?
Where do you see that?
Consent budget items. 6/30/25 cash position.
The cash position would have been outdated because, I mean, I would have supplied that last week, right? So
Yeah.
it
I
wouldn't
see
be as of
78 on
today.
It's closing the books for May. That's the book closure. Today's last day of May, so we're still good.
So I'm sorry,
No, this says
out for-
June 30th, 25. Today's May 30th, right?
Because
June
the
30th.
cash position, all the cash position does is project out. So it's
Oh.
giving you to the end of June.
Okay, got it.
Which is today.
Okay, got it.
All right. Okay,
But
Any
just,
other
I'm sorry, I clipped out for a minute there, but just to reconfirm, because I didn't hear all that was just discussed, we're voting on through May 30th, correct?
We are doing as of May 30th. The
Okay,
cash
that's,
position is as of a specific date to the end of June. Because that's the end of the year. So when we're doing a cash position, we don't want to know what the cash is today. We want to know what the cash is going to be at the end of the year.
okay. Yep. Based on May 30th,
Yeah,
correct? Okay, that's my understanding. Thank you.
okay. Any other questions? All right, that's been 7 Mississippi. We're gonna move on.
Janina, do you mind hanging back for the closed session if you can, please?
Yes, no problem.
Thanks.
Miriam, we don't have a closed session on the board agenda.
Don't we always have closed in every meeting?
Well, we talked about it. We didn't think we were gonna need one and we were trying to get out, so we took it off the agenda.
But closed session is a given, so does it need to?
It's gotta be on the agenda.
well, why don't we solve that by Miriam, why don't you stay on and,
Yeah, we can have,
do a mini session.
just won't be,
That's okay, does that work?
Yeah, that works.
It depends on how many people are,
Yeah, how many people wanna stay?
yeah, if there's a quorum, we can't do it.
Judy, Alvin, Dell?
Well, why don't we just make sure before we go into it that we're lower than quorum?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
Devin, we can jump into your report now.
Okay, so we still didn't settle on a July board meeting date. Does anybody have a date they want to propose? If not, I brought a date, but I would like to put one on the calendar if we can put one on there.
Guess what is your date?
I would propose July 15th again. Does that work for everybody?
works for
That
me,
works.
works for
I
me.
got two over here, Alvin, Judy, Miriam. I think Alvin might have been, he may have had something on that one.
Yes, I'm starting travel on the 15th and I don't get back until the 22nd, so just letting
Would
you
the
know.
14th work better for you, Alvin?
The Monday is fine, yeah.
The
That work for
14th
you guys?
works for me too.
So July 14th?
Yeah, that's good
Yep,
for me.
that works.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so when we vote, we're voting to make that date on July 14th, just so everybody knows, 6 p.m.
And Devin, for
Yeah.
that, I probably won't have anything for that upcoming meeting. And the only reason is that we don't close the previous
Yeah.
month financials until the 15th. And because it's year end, we actually have until August to close.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
most likely won't have anything,
No worries, thanks for letting us know though.
of course.
The next thing on my list is the reading difficulties risk screener. I sent you guys a little bit of information about, that's really the purpose of this meeting. The state issued a doctrine that we had to have one that the board approved by July 1, which is why we're here June 30th. I did send you guys information on it. There were 4 options that were state approved. We looked at the options. We have a teacher who has used Dibbles in the past. I have also used Dibbles. And it's been highly successful for being able to pull out the students that are struggling with their reading. There is a subscription that goes with our Amplify, which is a partnership we already have for our books, which also makes it a little bit easier. My hope is when I reach out to them for this, we can even get a discount because we're working with them in other areas. But it's going to cost between $9 and $14 per student, which I know I gave you the rough amount of or I gave you the maximum amount, which is if each student costs $14. That was still under $1,500 total because there would only be for a max of 90 students. But that is what the school has chosen, so that's what I'm asking you to pass today. I did send you guys some links and things to look at it just to make sure. So are there any questions on the reading difficulties risk screener and or Dibbles?
Devin, is this the least expensive option?
So I think we could, there's one that's a little bit less, but we're talking about I believe $200 less. and having somebody who has the experience of doing it in kindergarten, who already feels comfortable running it, and I know how it operates as an instructional leader, so I think that it makes up the difference in that one.
Big difference.
Yeah, because otherwise we're gonna have to be learning something new, which in most cases also includes having to pay somebody to do that, to teach us, I mean. So there was one option that I saw that was cheaper, but not by much. Any other questions?
And this is a state requirement for all schools to have. It's not an indicator of our reading scores.
Correct.
I also had a question. Are we paying for this for every student in the school or just those students who need this type of intervention?
It's for every student K-1-2. The screener is only for kindergarten through second and is intended to be only for that group.
Oh, so
That's
it's,
why
it's a screener, it's not an intervention. Okay.
Correct. 90 kids at max. Any other questions? Okay, then the next thing I have on there is just the LCAP. Just want to explain why the LCAP's back on there. Mr. Watts is here to present it again, or just to answer any questions. The kind of the setup is there's an expectation that we present the LCAP the month before that it's actually voted on. That way the board gets some time, the public gets some time. And so I think we rushed that process, not recognizing that, and wanted to make sure that we came back and just had given that time. So Turner's here. Are there any questions about the LCAP? It is the exact same thing we went over last meeting. There were no changes, nothing additional, but wanted to make sure that we gave that time as well.
I have no questions.
No questions.
Anybody in Zoom land have questions?
No questions.
Mr. Watts, fantastic presentation. You got anything you want to say?
No, I thank you everyone for just asking you to pass it tonight. I think Devin, you explained why the reason nothing that was anything incorrect. It's just that needed to have that month for public to have an option to look at it.
Cool. All right, that concludes my my report.
Okay, we will jump into voting. We split this up into two consent items. The first one is for non-budget items, which is the July date for the board meeting, which is July 14th. Reading difficulty, risk screener, and the LCAP.
I move to approve those three items.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Probably gonna have to do a roll call.
Yeah, I can do a roll call.
Okay,
Roll call.
so, Miriam, favor, Mark,
Aye.
Christine absent, Judy,
In favor,
Bob,
Aye.
Dell,
Aye.
Alvin,
Aye.
and Mark.
Aye. You're calling me out twice because I'm listed on there twice.
Are you listed on there twice?
Yeah,
I thought we took care of that.
no.
Actually, yeah, he's listed on there twice. Okay, so all in
Do
favor,
I get 2 votes? Do I get 2 votes?
no, so all in favor is unanimous. Any opposed? Any none, no opposition, any abstentions? None. Okay, so we'll move on to the consent budget items. You guys can see, do I need to read the whole list? Yeah, okay. So the 25-26 budget, 25-26 budget on district template, 24-25 and 25-26 EPA, 25-26 CONAP, and May 25 financial board report. That includes the 24-25 cash flow, 25-26 cash flow, May 25 check register, May 25 general ledger, May 25 trial balance, and 6/30/25 cash position.
I move to approve the all consent budget items.
Second,
Okay, all in favor? Or,
yeah, you gotta do roll call.
so what if somebody's not in favor, they choose something other than?
Did you abstain or
They'll say in the roll call,
renege?
Yeah, you just
Okay.
go through their name and they say either for,
then if we have a count, a majority rule after the roll
Okay.
call.
Okay, so Miriam, I'm gonna abstain. Mark,
Approve, aye.
Judy,
I,
Mr. Ham,
Aye.
Dell,
Are you on mute?
Sorry, I was on mute. Aye.
Alvin,
Gonna abstain.
and we already did Mark. Okay, so, and any opposed, none. So so it's passed.
and what was the count, Mariam? Just so we have.
So Mark, Judy, Bob, and Dell were all in favor. Miriam and Alvin abstained, so 4-2.
4-0 to 2.
4-0, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-0. Perfect, thank you for that
Okay.
readout.
Okay. And
Done?
that adjourns our meeting for today.
Yep.
So, okay.